what's going on, guys? Back with another video. This time again, we're gonna be back with a track review. We only got two tracks this time that I was able to catch, peep, sort of latch on to that I wanted to talk about today. And those two tracks are Paris to Tokyo by Fabio Foreign and The Kid Leroy, and Survivor's Guilt by Joey Badass. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Paris to London, because unfortunately I think it's the worst of the two songs. And there's also more I want to say about Survivor's Guilt. Paris to London was I just it was another Fabio, this just crazy feature run that Fabio is going on. It was cool. I really enjoyed Fabio's contribution to the song, and the beat was great. And this was a song that had been teased for like almost a year. And so as a fan, I was very much looking forward to it, but I have to say I was very much disappointed. And I've listened to the song a couple of times to really figure out why I have this disappointment towards it. And I think the conclusion I've come to is that when other people do drill, I think that there's two ways to go about it. And the Kid Leroy got caught in the middle, which whether there's two ways to go about it. The first way being that you just match the energy of the drill, become dark and gritty, and vibe with the song, and it works. Somebody like a Cardi B is really good at that, and stuff like that, where it's delivery. You come with the drill, the traditional drill delivery, the traditional drill flow, and it works. Somebody like a Cardi B, somebody like a JT, those people can do that. And of course, the denizens of drill. Somebody like a Don Q can do that as well. And the general denizens, the general foundational people who are known for drill, of course, do that. K Flock, Favi, Pop, Chef G, and Sleepy and them boys, right? And the other way is to contrast drill with your own sound so much that it's an enjoyable oxymoron, right? And I think of the R&B that uses drill production, such as the Chris Brown song and the song "Ease My Mind" by Nigel, are two really strong tracks. And just generally Queen Naija over stuff like What's My Name or Neo over love songs, with stuff like that, where you bring, or Quavo, where he brings his kind of sort of auto-tune fun delivery over whatever it is. Those are the two ways that you can really body a drill track, right? Or A Boogie is another great example of, like, he's not trying to give you any extra grit, extra anything. He's just giving you basic A Boogie, not basic, but just regular A Boogie, singing, chilling. He may add a couple gun bars, but vibe wise and vocally, he's not doing anything extra gritty for the drill track. And I think those are the two best ways to go about it. And I feel like a lot of artists get caught in the middle, where they'll try to bring the extra gritty, but they don't have it in them. And so it just sounds like this really weird middle ground, and the delivery just sounds really off. And I think that's what happened to the Kid Leroy on this song. The delivery, especially the way that he delivers the end of the lines so softly, it just doesn't work. And I can tell that he's trying to bring grittiness, but they made a song with Justin Bieber. Like he not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gritty like that. And that's okay. I would have preferred, if the Kid Leroy just sang a hook like Alicia Keys or something like that, and gave Fabio the verses, that would have been fine. But with Kid Leroy really trying to rap on this without the lyrical backing or the vocal backing to really properly ride these drill songs, it just did not work, as well as it was hard for him to flow on the song. And I'll be looking at Fabio at this point, like, he's dropped so many, like, he's done so many features with so many different artists, where I'd be thinking, like, bro, Fabio, you gotta be in the studio, you gotta correct these people, bro. Like the fact that Fabio was just letting these people, let me turn the fan on just in case it's making noise. The fact that Fabio was just letting these people like do these verses and do these songs, and not telling them about, like, hey bro, you're not the one, dog. Yeah, like the fact that he just letting them like kill themselves over these drill beats because it's a trend right now, like, I don't know about it. And I think that it's important because, like, of course we want to spread drill worldwide, but we want to make it sound good, right? And that's kind of the problem, is that it doesn't sound, it's not as appealing, at least to me. And when you have people like Young Miami and Nicki Minaj and these people on these drill beat, Drake, where it just doesn't fit. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work. It doesn't fit. Um, and like I said, if they just bring their general delivery, like if Drake brought his introspective delivery onto drill, that's a level of contrast that I can respect. Also, I think that you have to have the right drill beat for the right kind of person. So, like, for example, Drake would be better on a Chef G type drill beat than a Fabio type drill beat, because Chef, that intro, like I said, that introspective energy is more what Drake brings. Versus if Nicki just went full on Barbie mode and just decided to contrast the drill, that would have been perfect. But she kind of like just, she tries to be gritty, but she's not. You know, and that's okay. We don't all need to be gritty, but when you try to do that and it's not really there, it's kind of like when people went on a Travis song or an Eminem song and tried to do their best Eminem or Travis impression, but it just didn't work, right? Um, and so that's kind of how I feel about that song. And Survival's Guilt, this song definitely was very, very strong by Joey Badass. Again, this is another single from his upcoming album, 2000. And this song was about his difficulties and trials and tribulations with coping with the death of his close friend and Pro Era affiliate, Capital Steez, who unfortunately took his life, took his own life. And it's really intense the way that he goes about expressing his own emotions, why he feels the way that he feels, admitting that he feels partly responsible for the death of his friend, and the again, this range of emotions that he feels, and the recognition of the trauma that he has is really intense, really, really great, and a really strong tribute song. And it felt narratively focused. It felt like a story. It felt like a deep expression of what was going on. And I felt like I really liked this because it didn't, a lot of tribute songs, and understandably so, can feel a bit rushed, where they just come off like angry and like hurt. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't connect as well. And Joey even talks about how he needed to take time to really process this. And that shows in his ability to express. And it was just an incredibly deep track. The chorus I personally really enjoyed, but just like the level of understanding that he had about the situation and his clarity on his own mind frame was so impressive and so vivid. It really, like, as someone who has himself struggled with mental health, it was very much moving and inspirational to see somebody sort of talk about those things. And yeah, that was, again, I feel like with A Boogie and with Joey Badass, like, I cannot wait for these albums to drop, because these songs that they're dropping are fire. Every single, just banger after banger after banger. I cannot wait to hear what the full album with a cohesive sound really looks like, because right now they're just, that both of them, Boogie and Joey, are on fire when it comes to their leading singles. And so yeah, overall, like I said, really strong track. I really suggest y'all go listen to it. Really, really intense. But yeah, that was the track list. Those are the two tracks of the week. Like, what's going on, guys? So, Editor Ahmed here. I actually forgot about a song. Um, the song is called "I Got a Feeling" by D Thing, French Montana, and T Dot. And this kind of thing may happen often. The thing with D Thing is that a lot of his songs use very, very iconic samples like this one. And so it doesn't normally clear on every single platform. It's okay. Glad I got to see it. Glad I got to sort of enjoy it and see it right now. So yeah, let's get into it. This was I Got a Feeling with obviously the sample of I Got a Feeling. Um, and honestly, this was a pretty good track. Nothing crazy. Just for context, I'm not the hugest D Thing fan. Um, I like T Dot a little bit more, but still, it's kind of whatever to me. I just feel like both of them are just kind of guys who, don't really do anything that I just don't find anything that they do to be very unique. And their flows were never all that appealing to me. And believe it or not, though, I do enjoy French Montana's music, and while I do feel like he's a bit egotistical, and has a bit of he's a bit disillusioned with the respect he feels like he deserves in hip hop. I do feel like I do feel like I think French makes good music. And I think on a verse, he is good. He's gotten a lot better. Songs like No Stylist and Fuck With Me, Get a Bag are honestly great, and I have those in my rotation. So with that in mind, I Got a Feeling was honestly a lot better than I would have expected, and a really good song. The chorus was great. The sort of like melodic flow, because he's not singing, but the sort of like holding of that note that D Thing does on the chorus is really dope. I really enjoyed that. The way that he kind of flips the lyrics, that's one thing I do like that D Thing does. Again, he's not the first to do it, which is like, again, for me, that lack of originality. But I do like when D Thing like flips certain lyrics of certain songs to make it a little bit more violent, and because I just think that takes a level of creativity. And I enjoyed his verse too. He talked about a lot of different topics, and it almost felt like he was like on his violent shit, and then like he remembered that he was on kind of like a lovey-dovey sample, and so he was like, all right, let me give him some quick love bars. Let me get back to the murder kill kill shit, and that was really, really great. French's verse was okay. Lyrically, I enjoyed him because he was sort of talking sort of in the perspective that I sort of expect him to talk about with a song with D Thing and T Dot, as his kind of sort of forefather and sort of OG at this point in the game, who is watching these new guys sort of rise up as hit makers and song makers in New York. And it was really cool. I felt like he was really reflecting and sort of talking about his own excitement with the new music coming out of New York. And so it was cool. The only problem I had was his flow was really weird. And French Montana is one of those guys where like it's not the most complex flow, but I felt like a lot of the enjoyment I have out of French Montana songs is like his ability to ride the beat. I'll say a lot of his punchlines maybe aren't the greatest as standalone punchlines, but when he combines it with his cadence, it lands a lot better for me. And with this, I just kind of didn't get that. But yeah, that was the French Montana verse. And the T Dot verse was honestly solid. I really enjoyed it. Just basic drill, kill shit, whatever. And it was still for me that kind of it's that kind of drill verse where it's like most of the punchlines you've heard before. The flow is still very much in the pocket of what everybody's using, and it doesn't really feel all that imaginative or like he was really trying to do anything like special, but it was a solid enough verse. And so yeah, that was I Got a Feeling by T Dot, D Thing, and French Montana. Also, when I went to go look for this song, I did see that French actually dropped an album recently, and so I don't know what it's going to be like. I've never listened to a French album. I think besides the album where he like had the sand or whatever, like he was walking on the sand. I think that's the only French album I've ever like really gone straight through. But apparently he has a new album out, so I'll probably listen to that and give a review of it since French is indeed from New York. Um, and I did miss that album when it came to my like top 50 favorite or the top 6 albums in New York. So I will be reviewing that pretty soon, and if it's good enough, it may make my year-end list. But definitely expect a review on that album soon. It's a collab album. Let me just see, and y'all will see. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. It is Montega, a collab album with French Montana and Harry Ford. I don't know who Harry Ford is, but we gonna see. And this should be pretty enjoyable, man. Like I said, never listened to a French Montana album. That being said, that's going to be the end of this track review. Hope y'all enjoyed. And with that, have a great day.